Hello everybody and welcome back. It's Asta the Greek, and today we are continuing Despair Time with Chapter 2, Episode 13. We are almost done. We're almost there. There's only this episode and two more, and we have officially caught up with Despair Time. Now, last episode, I will say that while it was a good episode, I don't think a lot of stuff happened in terms of progressing the trial. We did discover that the murder happened earlier this morning and not last night, which means that most characters don't have an alibi, which makes sense. If Arei was killed from 7:30 to 8 a.m., most people were asleep at the time, except from, of course, Jay, David, and Veronica, which all had alibis, and also Hu and Nico. Though I wasn't suspecting any of these characters to be the killers, right? My main suspect is Ace, with Eden as a secondary option. I hope it's not Eden. I would like it if it was Ace, I'll be honest. I think Ace had a lot of screen time over these last two chapters. So I think if he went to, if that was his end, I'd be fine. If he was to end here, his story ends here, I think that's okay. Also, we did find out that Levi's secret was the one that Arei had. So I guess I was wrong, and it wasn't Xander's actual secret. So I don't know who the one with the siblings is. Maybe it is Terrico's. Maybe Xander was responsible for the killing game, and David wasn't lying. Man, I really hope he was lying, so he'll be like, oh, he knows that Terrico is responsible for the killing game, so that's why Xander killed her, or tried to kill her. And that's why I'm like, yes, Xander is a good person. That was the whole thing with David in the previous episode. Anyway, let's continue. Let me check out how long I've been recording. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for an intro is not bad. All right, let's start and let's see what Levi has to say. Let's see. The fact that we're almost done is crazy to me. We're almost done. That's insane. Then I'm gonna have to wait. I'll have to wait again for who knows how long.
The secret that Arei received.
Voice acting.
You're a murderer, and you hold no remorse.
Maybe he killed someone that was bad.
That's my secret.
That's why he has no remorse.
What the fuck?
Yeah? You.
My.
Oh my, how unexpected.
What are you saying?
Huh? You killed someone? Ah, I didn't expect that. That was the most obvious thing. That's super whack, dude.
Why?
It was the most obvious thing. Like, from the moment you saw this guy, you knew he was up to something, right? Nico, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be talking. You almost were a murderer, so you shouldn't be talking, Nico. If you are wondering, it's not in my legal records. The court struck it from the records. Okay, 2 records there. The court. No shit! There's no way Hopespeak would have scouted a murderer. Don't make the mistake of switching cause and effect. Wait, what? Maybe he did something that accidentally got someone killed. At the time, I was confronted by 3 guys who tried to start a fight with me. I believe they were some old enemies. I killed the leader first, which may have been justifiable as self-defense. But then I tracked down his 2 remaining friends, and several days later, and beat them to death. Okay. Yeah, he was in the Mafia, I was right. And I think he actually does say, like, well, I mean, I did kill this guy, and then I tracked them down and killed them afterwards. And that was it. He doesn't sound like, he definitely has no remorse about that. I'd be saying that he was a gang member of sorts. No? Oh, never mind. Okay. Yes? Are you not going to elaborate?
To be completely honest,
I don't particularly think I need to elaborate. After all that happened in the past and has nothing to do with Arei. True. We don't really have to dive deep into that. Who did he even kill? There were 3 guys, a few years older than me. I don't remember their names or who they were. I was a bit of a delinquent when I was younger, so they could have held a grudge against me for any reason. What, getting beat to death? By 1 guy? Yeah, I mean, you guys knew that he was trying to be nice this whole time, right? Like, we knew that. We knew Levi wasn't that just a decent guy. He had definitely done stuff before. From what he said to to Ace in the first trial, to how he attacked immediately on TV without really caring. I've forgotten most of the details, as I haven't thought much about it since I was cleared of my charges. Sorry, I can't really remember why that happened. The fuck? Okay, that was... Yeah, that's a bit weird. He doesn't know how his charges are going, he doesn't know who he killed, or how they looked, or why. I mean, I guess he knows why, but... The second part of your secret, that you felt no remorse for killing people. Ooh, there's that clock sound in the background, huh? If you don't care about murder, then you'd have a much easier time killing than anyone else here. You may even be unbothered by the fact that passing the trial would mean everyone else's execution. Yeah, that is true. I don't think Levi has any reason to do that. After all, you seem completely detached while admitting not only to murdering 3 people, but to several other crimes as well. Almost as if you don't care about any of this. At least not from a moral standpoint, that is.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean... who can tell? You're one sick bastard! What could you possibly say in your defense? Ace is loving this, right? He's like, yes! Finally, I can get him back! Junior high. And junior year was also the year that Hopesplay scouted me as the ultimate personal stylist. Okay, so... I thought it was like... he got scouted afterwards. Like, did whatever he did, and then he was like, okay, I'm done with his life. I'll change for the better. And then he got scouted. I guess not. Damn, so Hostpeak was able to change the law. Hang on. Now that I've thought about it a little more, my motive secret may not be referring to those guys. It could also be referring to the time I murdered my father. Yeah, that was more of why I was thinking that him surviving and his like family being dead was different, because he had said before that his family was like a bad influence on one another. So that was my thinking that okay, this is what he did. Like he was like with a gang with his family or something, like a mafia or something, and they died and he somehow survived, and that's why he changed for the better, I guess. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. Wait, you what? It's quite difficult to tell what these motive secrets truly mean because they're all phrased so vaguely. It's a bit of a bother. No, fuck that noise. Go back. What the hell you mean you fucking kill your dad? I'm sure Jay would like that if she, if she got to kill her mother. That's insane. How could you simply forget that you murdered your own family member? If you said you killed him because you just didn't like him, I could understand that. But you're saying you forgot about taking a life.
Well...
It wasn't that important. Not even the police cared about a man like him, so nothing came out of it. I really just forgot. That is, I don't know how I feel about that.
Completely honest.
It's a bit weird. Unless it's an explanation to why he doesn't remember all these things. Like maybe it's important to... whatever happens, that's why he doesn't remember. Like, it's an event that will be revealed later on, and that's why he forgot or something. Then I'll forgive it. But if it's just, I just forgot about it, then it's kind of, I don't know, kind of lame, maybe? Frankly speaking, I see no reason to remain hung up over some incident that is long past, especially as it has ultimately had no impact on my life. Well, it had no impact because Hopespeak saved your ass. Yeah. Shouldn't you feel even a little bit bad? Those were human lives you took. I don't know what happened within your own family, so I can't pretend to understand why you killed. But even then, I'm sure those other people had families and friends who cried over their deaths. That is true. Those who suffer the most are the living, not the dead. I wonder if I should really tell you the truth, or if it's best to keep it to myself. I don't know how y'all will see me after this. I mean, you can just tell us because...
Stop.
Oh. Okay. Jack's like, I want to know every detail. How do you kill them? With what? I want to know so I can solve better murders in the future. Okay. I see how it is. No matter how much I hear about such things like empathy or compassion or love, none of those concepts resonate within me, or with me. Are those emotions really universal? The idea that people naturally care about others is a completely foreign concept to me. Huh? What are you saying? Judging by your reaction, I suppose that's a bad thing, but I wouldn't understand why. On the other side of this planet, there's a person who's suffering. Maybe they're even drawing their last breath. But none of you care, do you? Why would you? They're a stranger, after all. You don't know them, their life holds no consequence for you. Yeah, but you knew the people that you killed, you know? Everyone I've ever known is a distant stranger. It doesn't matter how long I've known you, how much we've done for each other, or even if you were my own father. You're still a stranger to me. That's kind of sad, though. Isn't that like a boring? Like you just don't care, you're essentially alone. Oh, sorry.
I don't understand.
I mean, clearly he's not a good person, because he has done a lot of fucked up stuff. You're so kind to everyone. You're always helping others out, even when it's be easier not to. He wants to fit in. Like that time Ace almost died, you kept trying to help him, even if he always pushed you away. Is that what a good person does? In all honesty, I don't personally care what happens to Ace. Whether he lives or dies is none of my concern in the end. Damn. Yeah, Ace like, what the fuck? But it is a good thing to make sure someone else doesn't die, even if personally I do not care about the outcome. I truly believe that. But I adhere to that principle of duty, not sentimentally. Yeah, he's like, well, I kinda have to. Does that make sense? You... You fucking piece of shit! Yeah, it's not a good look. I was right all along! That you felt bad for me, that you actually wanted to help me. Does he... that even if everyone here treated me like shit, there was at least one person who still cared about me. Wait, so he actually liked that Levi seemed to care. If he liked that, then why was he such a bitch towards Levi all the time? Oh, maybe because he wanted to see that Levi did care, that's why he kept trying to help Ace. So the more Ace was a bitch about it, the more Levi was trying to, like, show that he cared. You know, if you just didn't do all that, people would still care, you know? The reason why people don't care is because you did all the other stuff in between. All your, like, attitude. It kinda seemed like you fell for it, though. To me, at least. It kinda seemed like it. Yeah, this sprite feels like he's, like, holding his... like, my heart. I guess not this hard because it's the other way around, right? Yeah, but like he's clenching his chest. He doesn't seem like he didn't fall for it. He seems like he fell for it. He's like trying to act like, yeah, I mean, I didn't buy that. No, I don't think we're friends. To burn our friendship? No, I can't even call it friendship. There's only one person in my whole life who ever even been able to call my who I've ever been able to call my friend, that I ever thought even for just a short time that you and I were friends is an insult to his memory. Did he die? Insult to his memory. I probably sound real pathetic admitting that, but I'm not nearly as pathetic as you. After all, you're a piece of trash who probably has never had a single friend in your life. That's kinda sad. No one that you care for? Got nothing to say to me now? That's fine. Hey, Levi. I really hope you fucking die. I understand now. You're quite the interesting person, Levi. From what I've seen of you so far, your personality has been awfully inconsistent. It's like you don't know how to act. Well, yeah, basically. Trying to act like a good person without an intuitive sense of what's good or bad is hard, right? For someone like you, who lacks compassion, it must be quite difficult to pretend to be nice. And I gotta drop all the masks? You're always guessing as to what a normal human would do in your situation. You're so awkward in social settings because you can't tell what other people want. You act like a big pushover because if you go the other direction and stand up for yourself, you won't know where to stop. Okay. Are we psychoanalyzing this dude right now? You offer to do things for others because you observed that good people help others, and you part noble assurances without understanding why. Okay. Yeah, he's just emulating people's behavior. Such things like that. Not only are you trying to act out the script, but you don't even understand the story. And you sleep up constantly. Huh?
That's true.
Yep. Sorry. The way I see it, it would be beneficial if I was a good person. The people would trust me and not pick fights with me anymore. And they do things for me because they liked me. If I was a good person, then I wouldn't have to live a life full of violence anymore. I did everything so that I could have a better life. Yeah, well, I mean... is that why he's doing this? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you how I... You're taking advice from David of all people? Look at this asshole!
You are delusional.
Try looking in the mirror before you talk, Ace.
What do you mean?
I thought David was a prime example of a good person. Is he not? Were you not paying attention, Levi? Wow, you really don't understand people at all, do you? I don't want to distract you all from this case any further, so I apologize for this tangent.
You piss me off!
Oh, I thought it was gonna be voice acting. With a you piece, he said you piece me off. Speaking of this case, isn't there an argument to be made that Levi killed her? Yeah, that is an argument.
Get off your high horse.
True. She's trying to control the case even though she ends up ranting a few times. I don't really know why or how he would know about this stuff though. Arei had Levi's secret too, right? What about that? Levi, did Arei ever talk to you about your secret? No, she did not. After David made the proposal to share secrets, I kept waiting for someone to talk to me about it. But strangely enough, no one ever did. Probably because it was like, yeah, I'm not going through that guy, you know? Exactly. I was like, that's the most stupid thing to do. I guess that scratches my theory of Levi being, of the person that Arei had the secret of being the killer. Do you have anything to say about that, Levi?
That's correct.
I admit that I do not have an alibi or any evidence to prove my innocence. Again, my apologies. Even if this was a poor time for me to bring up my past, I do not regret it. I'm not... You know, I get it. We don't have any evidence to prove that you are Arei's murderer either. That doesn't really mean anything. Besides, his secret doesn't matter. Not anymore, at least. I originally thought that learning everyone's secrets would be a clue to the murderer's motivation. But because of David's actions, I realized that the motives alone are not concrete evidence.
Even so.
My theory is the same. I think that Ace... realized that if someone like Nico could potentially kill him, she's like, alright, no one here likes me. Probably most people would try to kill me if they want to kill someone and get out. I will kill Arei that I heard talking with David. I'll pin it on, like, Nico because they used the hanging thing that they tried to kill Ace with. Or David, and I'll get out. And I kill all these guys who hate me. That's my reasoning behind why I think that Ace is still the killer. That's my prediction, at least. Especially if their actions are something as ridiculous as impossibly pretending to be the murderer to get everyone killed. I feel the sneeze coming on. David's enjoying this. We should move on. Alright, let's move on. 1 second, please. I apologize in advance for the additional interruption. Oh, come on, who? After he and Levi shared a secret that is so damaging to his reputation, it would be wrong for me to remain silent. Oh, gonna learn her secret too?
It's unfortunate.
I've been quite selfish this whole time, keeping my secret because I didn't want you all to think less of me. Man, so everyone's gonna reveal their secrets now? We won't have to, like theorize or anything? We're just gonna have them, everyone... Everyone's like, hey, this is our secrets. Like, alright. I mean, I was wrong for most of these, right? So it doesn't matter. I want to believe that the past never happened. Okay. So what is your secret, girl? Is it the 3 attempts? But that's just self-centered. I've always been a selfish person, haven't I? I should put those feelings aside and do what is right. No, I should have done this from the start. Okay. Okay, come on. What is this edging? He's like, I'm gonna tell you. Let me rant a bit. I have Veronica's secret and she has mine. Oh. Okay, so it is the 3 suicides. Yeah, Veronica's secret was like the most easy one. I was like, oh yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why.
My mom.
Yeah, Veronica's was the easiest one to guess. Wait, so we only stuck with the Min and Xander ones. So maybe this is Terrico's. Maybe the Min one is Terrico's. And this is Min's. Huh, maybe. I mean, yeah, because, like, what else is Min's, right? If David didn't lie about the secret being Xander's, this one, then I guess this is Terrico's. And this is Min's. How is Xander's at fault for the killing game, though? I don't know, because I'm a firm believer of Terrico being the mastermind. So I'm like, how is it his fault? We'll see. I'm sure we'll see in the future. Just so you know, I only agreed to that pact of yours because I have such a little interest in both of our secrets. True, they're kind of tame secrets, I feel like. After all, my own so-called secret isn't even the worst thing I've done. Isn't that so utterly disappointing of this motive? Motive's like, well, that's the thing I found. You guys made a pact? When? Also, why? Move on, please. What? We're not going to talk about me? So then, if we think about Arei... Ah, bless me. Also, excuse me. Wow, thank you for your support, everyone. I have another interruption. What is happening in this trial?
Piss me off.
Terrico, own up your own goddamn secret already. You're the last person to do so.
I mean...
Oh, that's right. There's only 2 unmatched secrets left between Terrico and Min. My family. Oh, so she knew. He was like, hell yeah, brother. I hope it's not correct. Okay, so there's still a possibility that the Xander won. Okay, so we'll end all the secrets. Damn. I'm inhaling the copium, and I'm saying that this is Terrico's, and this is Xander's. I'm inhaling the copium, and that's like they're swapped.
Wow.
I'm believing. We did it! We finally discovered who has what secret. That means we figured out who our killers is, right? The trial is over now. Yep. What a great idea to waste so much trial time over these dumbass motive secrets. Yeah, you have. That is true. So far, we have discussed so little of the evidence of the trial. It's insane. We're on like the second to last episode. No, we're not the second last. The third last episode. We have to, no, never mind. That's second last episode because like the episode 15 has to be the post-trial episode. So this is literally the second to last episode of the trial. So that means that by the end, we're gonna have to find who the killer is. So we can, like, blame him on the next, or reveal the case on the next episode. So, light pollution? Light pollution? You know, because he had stars and now he doesn't, and light pollution makes stars disappear, or something. I am truly impressed by how bad that was. I've started to detect that this trial is no longer about me. It'd be best if I keep my mouth shut from now on, right? If David wants to shut up, then let him. When someone's trying to get a rise out of you, you stop giving them attention. Simple as that. True. You kept giving attention to Arturo, though. If that's settled, then... Wait! Before we move on, I have to know. David, what happened between you and Arei? I know Ace told us about... Yeah, what happened after that? I don't know why I couldn't comprehend what I was reading there. Why do you care so much? She's dead. Why does it matter?
I know that she's dead, and that she's never coming back. I know that I'll never be able to talk to her ever again.
Don't do this to me, bro.
Even then, I have to know that when she was still alive, she was still trying to become a good person. That if
I'm
she
sure a
lived,
timeline exists
then
where Eden
maybe there'd
and
be a
Arei
world
are
in which
friends.
we would both be
But it's not
friends.
this one.
If you really say that you lied about making Arei kill herself, then tell me the truth. Tell me that you didn't make her lose hope.
I killed her. Imagine like, no, I killed her.
Last night between you and Arei.
It was not of fun, of pleasure. Okay, no, I gotta stop.
I want to give
Ooh,
you the
voice
benefit
acting.
of the doubt, because that's what Eden would do. And
I think we
wanna
saw
be
this,
like her.
right?
I need to become a good person.
This specific line, at least.
Maybe I misinterpreted the situation. Maybe I'm just reading your actions in bad faith. Is that it, David? David! Say something!
He's like,
If it turns out you're
Did you
lying
know
about
that
sharing our
the-
secrets to manipulate us all. If it turns out your whole inspirational personality was only an act to make you look good. If it turns out you said that I could change, but never actually
It's probably like,
meant
I never-
it.
I feel like David, because I'm predicting here. I feel like David just continued with his like usual persona, because he's like, this girl's gonna keep walking around. She will know that I'm lying. I'm screwed either way. If I show that I'm not genuine, then that means that at some point this might backfire, right? So in my mind, he would do that.
Then that makes me feel really relieved. Because if all that turns out to be true, then we're the same. I was pissed at you for a bit. For lying about your own secret, selfishly pretending to be a good person, and hurting other people in the process. But then I realized that I have no right to get upset with you. Because
That is
that's
true, that's what
exactly
she's
the
been
kind of
doing this whole
person I
time.
am. I am a manipulative, two-faced bitch.
Yep.
I pretend to be cute so that I can treat others like trash. I only care about myself, and I always hurt others for selfish and stupid reasons. Of course I wanted to change myself. I mean, who really wants to be the bad guy? There's not even anything positive you could say about me. Still, for the longest time, I thought it was stupid to even try. I'm rotten to the core, and I might as well be a different species from saints like you and Eden. A pig never hopes to grow up into a human,
Okay.
because it knows that a minimum.
Irrelevant. I looked here and I see the biggest spike is over there, which makes me think that we're not gonna find who the killer is this time. No. Oh my lord.
Metamorphosis like that is impossible.
I think it's Ace.
No matter what,
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck up on that.
I'll never be a good person.
You can be a good person.
And yet, despite all
Well, I mean,
that,
you can because you died, but
David, you. It turns out that you might be a total piece of shit after all.
yeah,
If
just
even
might.
a perfect inspirational speaker like you turns out to be an asshole, then there's no such thing as a good person. Like Santa Claus, it's nothing more than a lovely lie
I mean,
for
Eden
children
has
to believe in.
Appeared to be a good
And
person.
that makes me relieved, because it means that I'm not too far gone. It's okay that I'll never be a good person, because no one else can be either.
I don't know if I agree with that. What the fuck?
I'm sure that even someone is sick.
Why am I looking at it here? I don't like that.
Did something to hurt someone else in the past.
I don't like this.
Even someone like her must have made a mistake she couldn't take.
I don't like
back.
this artwork here. What are we doing
No
here?
one's perfect. After all,
What are we doing here?
David, even if you're a bad person, even if I can't look up to you anymore, we can still be friends. You can be my second ever friend, right after Eden. Actually, we're pretty much perfect for each other. We're two manipulative assholes.
Oh my god, the
who
ship is
piss
real.
poor
They aren't
job
gonna fuck. Okay, I'm
pretending to be
joking.
good
I'm
people.
joking.
So we can look out for each other as two shitty people. And someday in the far off future, maybe the two of us can be a little less shitty.
Is it weird that I actually like this? I could ship that thing. Two bad people.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wait, what? Ah, so we got the flashback. Because we're viewers, so we would have seen this if we were, tuning in the show. But he didn't actually say it. I didn't say anything to her. Oh, whatever. I read what he said. Ah, it's fine. Arei simply got annoyed with me and left without saying anything else. Nothing else happened between us, I promise. I didn't try to steal your girlfriend or anything. 101%, I promise. He's overheard everything, and what he told you all was the entire truth. That's not... Why is he lying, though? Because Eden's issue was that he was like, oh, we didn't make her feel like she couldn't change. But from what I understood from this is that she was like, okay, well, I guess I can change. If you are shitty, that means I can change. But she was okay with it. But I don't know if Eden would have liked the idea of like realizing that Arei lost hope. Or I guess she didn't really lose hope. But it seemed that she would abandon the idea of trying to be a good person. So why would he call that information, not just tell her that... Like, he could have just lied and fuck her up for no reason. Because I feel like that's the nicer lie she could tell right now. In my opinion. Because now, all Eden knows is that she was upset that this guy was a liar, and now that's it. Arei was a liar. What did I say? I'm sorry, I came home, I got off work, an hour ago. So I'm still a bit fried. Anyway, let's proceed with that. That's a relief. That didn't make her feel bad, I guess. If that's settled, I guess we move on. Unless someone else interrupts. Fine.
What are we
I
doing?
feel like I've been distracted for so long that I don't know how to get back on track. True. I don't even know what we have actually
In that case,
discovered so far. Okay. We recently corrected them because the Arei was killed before nighttime. More likely, Arei died in the early morning, killed by a broken neck as a result of hanging.
you know.
Oh, actually, doesn't the setup seem wrong? From that low of a height, I'm not sure if Arei's neck would have been broken from mere hanging. Shouldn't her cause of death be strangulation? I still think that they just tied her on the carnival thing and they just spun her around until her neck Dang, really got hung up on those secrets, didn't we? I thought you all would be on those for years. I mean, it's been episodes. Years indeed. Some people had to wait 1 year and 5 months for you to get this far. Are you serious? Is this how long this took? I guess people did say that since it's one person working on this, they did get burned out and stuff over some time, so that's what the breaks were for, which is understandable, right? If you're doing if you're working on this alone, and you also have a giant fandom, which, let's be honest, the DR fandom sometimes can be pretty rough. A year and 5 months. You had to wait a year and 5 months after the episode where David goes crazy. Episode 11. That's insane. That is insane. It's like, what? Oh, okay. We haven't seen that in a while, I feel like.
It's undeniable that Arei has a broken neck.
Oh my god,
And no other.
I'm sorry, every time I hear Arturo's voice, I'm like, that's how Arturo sounds. He doesn't sound flamboyant like I make him, and no other visible injuries. I'm sorry, it's a jump scare every time.
Are you sure? Maybe you're just incompetent.
I thought we all agreed that Arei died of hanging.
I don't agree. For death via hanging to result in a broken neck, you need a longer drop.
Was it lagging or was it
Way
me?
more. I
Whoa.
agree with
Why is she looking so happy there? He's like, oh my! Bitch, why are you smiling?
I see.
I realize now why the killer used water from the relaxation room spawned. They fill those jugs up with water and use them to increase Arei's weight. Oh, yeah, I was saying that the jugs were a thing. And that way, when they hung her, her body would gather enough speed so that the jaw... When she reached the end of the rope would... So what was the thing with the carnival then? Well, it certainly is a plausible theory. That alone wouldn't be enough. A few water jugs would only increase her weight by 15 or so pounds. The main mechanism through which drop hanging occurs is by having someone jump off a suitable high enough place such that the noose snaps back and breaks the neck when they fall. I don't know why I couldn't read that properly. I'm not an expert, of course, but my intuition tells me that jumping off the top of the swing set isn't enough to break Arei's neck. I'm saying, you guys, they put her in the carnival and started swinging. Or spinning. Oh, true. Oh! But how did they get up there? How did they get up there, though? There was no...
Good idea.
Oh. Wait. I don't know. Listen, smart stuff. Oh, wait, you're agreeing with me? Yes. Wait, then how does any of that work? What do you mean? The rafters are way too high for anyone to get up there normally. Thank you, wait. Exactly. In other words, there's no way the killer tied the rope to the rafter and then had Arei fall from there. So then, the only option of... Okay, put to hoist her up to the rafter. Oh, maybe that's how the carnival... The carousel. I want to say the carnival. The carousel. I've been saying the carnival this whole time. The carousel. I'm hearing things. Don't mind me. Okay. Maybe they just started spinning it and it would just kind of like drag her upwards. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. The carnival, bro, the carousel. It's only when the victim falls from a high location to a low location that the rope becomes tight and the noose strangles them. However, in this scenario, Arei must have been put in the noose from a low location instead, because a high location, the rafters, isn't accessible to the killer. Since the killer used drop hanging, the rope needs to be a certain length in order for Arei not to fall so far that she hits the ground. But if the rope was the correct length to begin with, then Arei would already be hanging off the ground when she was put in the noose. Yeah. If Arei wasn't a willing victim, then it would have been too difficult to get her into a noose that was already high off the ground and if she was struggling or was dead weight. But if the rope was long enough for the noose to touch the ground from the start, then that raises other problems. How do you stop her from hitting the ground if the rope is that long? The Carousel. I don't know how that sounds, but you know, I can imagine that's how it sounds. In this case, however, the rope can't run short. We're also certain that Arei didn't hit the ground. If she did, then even Arturo should be able to tell that from her corpse. True.
How dare you?
Excuse me, what do you mean, even me? How else will you make the victim stop suddenly? It's not like you can grab the rope when she's falling and stop it. At the right time, if she's moving at speed fast enough to snap her neck, I'm sure trying to stop it would shred your hands. Unless if they were wearing gloves. Or they were the tape in the carousel, I'd be saying. So what's gonna be the, Maybe we don't have an after episode at the end. I know, right? Aren't I just so smart? I even surprised myself thinking of this. Oh, okay. I was like, there's no way this is the end of the episode.
There's no evidence that Arei hit the ground.
That apple carousel. There we go. I was right.
Do you think it's possible that the killer was working with Arei after all?
If the killer had that choice, why wouldn't they use a less complex murder method?
Then, did the killer perhaps use some sort of mechanism to hang Arei? Like a
Why is
murder?
this?
Is that even possible?
Come on, where did you
It's
find
not
that?
like there's some special machine that you could use to hang someone.
No?
No, that's wrong.
There is a special machine. It's a game for kids. Yeah. The spinny thing, let's go, the spinny thing. It's called the Carousel, not a spinny thing. Carousel. You meant to say Carousel, right? Thank you all for your pedantry. I'll be sure to keep your skills in mind for when I need to correct the killer's grammar. The spinny thing. Oh, there we go. So that's why that's the thumbnail from the game. If you tie one end of the rope to one of the poles, you could simply rotate the carousel to wind up the rope like a spool or a string. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That would be faster and easier than hosting up the body by hand. I get that, but that doesn't fix the problem of how to stop Arei's falling body before she hits the floor. Why does she have ears? Like dog ears. To get to the point, you would be using the rope long enough to go from the ground to the ceiling at least twice. You can tie the rope from the carousel at the correct length, which would reduce the length of the free rope. Then you can continue winding it up by turning the carousel. Once Arei was high enough, all you have to do is release the carousel and let gravity do its work. Snap, as it says. Rather than unraveling all of the rope, it would unwind only until it hit the knot too tight, and the jerk force would snap her neck. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're figuring out how that died. I'm doubtful that would work. The carousel is made of smooth metal. If you wound rope around it in the manner describing, then it would simply slide off.
Listen to me.
That's why the killer wrapped the bars of the carousel in tape. For some reason, this tape has a strange sandpaper-like texture, so it has a lot of friction. Yeah, I see. Now we actually discussed the mechanism of murder. I realized that I've seen this murder method before. You have? Where? In the movie? See? In the movies of Veronica. Oh, or maybe not. Me? Separate murder case. Which murder case? That being said.
Explain yourself, Nico.
Oh. The fan one. It's not Nico. I don't think it's Nico. Ain't no way Nico tried the same thing twice. I don't believe this. It would be insane if Nico tried the same thing twice. Can you imagine? Because like, well, I failed the first time. How about the second? The one thing I'll do it again. There's no way it's Nico. I don't believe this. I don't believe it's Nico. I don't know. I don't believe this. This was a good episode. Maybe the weakest of this. I was gonna say season again of this chapter. I feel like maybe it was the weakest episode of this chapter because again we're talking about Levi, and I wasn't a really big fan of the Levi reveal. I get it. It's a character. It's something that can happen, right? I just don't get how this guy forgot about those things. I don't know. Most people saw this part, which like makes sense. It's the reveal of the secrets with who Veronica and Turco. Makes sense why most people would see that. But I don't think it's Nico. That thumbnail looks menacing. I don't think it's Nico. I don't know. Is it just me? I think it's Ace because he saw how Nico tried to kill him and he's like, yeah, I can replicate that. And then if people find out, I'll be like, oh, it was Nico. They tried it once. I think that's what happened. I think it's still Ace. Anyway, that will be all for today. I think I can stop it here. Thank you for watching. Do take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.